Greetings out there, fellow YouTubers and do-it-yourselfers. If you're like me, you occasionally like to do work around your house. And also, if you're like me, you occasionally break stuff. Well, recently I was replacing this tub drain here at our house, and while I was down in there trying to twist out that drain, using the cross tees in the bottom, I snapped that booger. Just is gone. It was so old, it just broke in half, and I was like, oh, what do I do now? How do I back this thing out? There's nothing to grab a hold to. So I had to do some research on the internet and discovered several methods and ways to help this drain come out, and surprisingly there were no YouTube videos. And you're going to be a little disappointed today that I'm not actually walking you through the process of taking this out, but I will illustrate it for you, and we'll get started with that right now. First, you're going to need a few tools. Make sure that you have a hammer, a good sturdy hammer, always good to work with. Make sure that you have a cold chisel, or a flathead screwdriver will work, but man, I have enjoyed having this puppy. And always be sure to wear your safety goggles. That's what it says on the cold chisel. So you're also going to need a hacksaw or a Dremel tool. I have a Dremel tool. I didn't want to go out and buy a hacksaw. When you get a Dremel, it comes with a starter kit, and one of the attachments is a cutting disc for metal, as you can see here. And this is what we'll use to cut a notch into the tub drain flashing to get a grip on our tub drain and see if we can get it to back out. Two other things that you can use that, you know, I don't know if they really helped, but I was kind of desperate, so I was throwing everything at this drain to try to back it out. One of those is WD-40, and you got to say, why not? WD-40 works on everything. And then the other thing is your household hair dryer. Why a hair dryer? Well, I'll explain that in a minute. So, it's a multi-step process. The first thing that you're going to want to do, though, is get a towel and lay it down here in your tub, because you want to protect your tub while you're working on it. Obviously, if you're removing one that's got a stopper in it, make sure you take the stopper out. But you're going to want to cut a notch either with a hacksaw or the Dremel. If you're using the Dremel, what you'll want to do is get as parallel to the bottom of the tub as you can. And when you're cutting, you want to be as close into the drain where it goes down as possible. But you're actually cutting the top part of the flashing a little bit inside the drain, kind of where those inside threads are. And the way that you do that is you're just going to turn your Dremel tool on, and you're going to make a cut straight down, about 1/4 of an inch. And then back your Dremel up a little bit, go back down again 1/4 inch. Back your Dremel up a little bit and go back down 1/4 inch until you have 1/4 inch wide and 1/4 inch deep cut. And it doesn't have to be exact, so you don't really need to be measuring it. What you want to make sure that you do is have a deep enough cut that your either your cold chisel or your flathead screwdriver can fit in there and grip on. So after that, and like I said, these are the optional steps, but you know, I wanted to throw everything at it because there's nothing worse than being stuck on a project. I took the WD-40 and I just sprayed it around the flashing area on top of the drain and actually down into the drain, hoping that some of that penetrating wool would get down in the threads and help loosen it up so it would back out. And then the final thing, this was a tip I saw on one plumbing website when you're going to take a drain out. Go ahead and get your hair dryer, and what you'll want to do is actually turn it on high heat and just heat up the area on the flashing of your drain. And what that supposedly does is makes your plumber's putty that's under the old drain, that's right up under the flashing, a little bit more pliable, and will help the drain back out. So then the last thing that you got to do is actually hammer this thing out. So like I said, either a flathead screwdriver or a cold chisel. Really want to recommend the cold chisel. It just gives you so much more control. It's nice and sturdy, good surface to, you know, hammer against. And then all you have to do is catch that lip that you just cut out with your Dremel tool or hacksaw, and then take your hammer and just begin tapping on it. And you want to tap it in a counterclockwise or left motion. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. You've probably heard of that. And after about a minute of banging on it, I finally got it to turn loose, and I just backed it all the way out. And just a final note on how to replace it. Make sure you clean up the area. Don't forget that there's a shoe between the actual drain assembly that's under the tub and the tub. So it's a little rubber washer, if you will, between where the drain assembly is setting under the tub and your tub here. It's a little washer that sits in there. The kit that I had a replacement shoe for it, but it was way too small because I had the adapter kit. So I was actually fortunate enough to be able to salvage the shoe out from under the tub, wash it off. It was still very pliable, still very rubberized, so I didn't worry about it, and I stuck it back under there. Then all you have to do is take your plumber's putty, roll it up into a string, put it in a circle, and go around where the flashing of your new drain is going to sit, and then screw in your new drain. As you screw it down, most of you know that the plumber's putty will squeeze out. Just clean that up and you're good to go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm no plumbing expert, just a do-it-yourselfer. So I'm assuming there's going to be tons of plumbing professionals out there who say what I did and didn't do wrong. But either way, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section below. Take care.